It's Little Flower coming at you from the great state of Washington. At the time of this recording, it is Saturday, October 21st. And one of the things that I really adore about Linwood's library is that it's open on Sundays. So I can still make my way in there and get some of my objectives completed. So I really, really enjoy that. Otherwise, I feel like it's a really long ways to get to Sunday, you know? And then so I come over here to enjoy the park. And, you know, I have to say that even though I'd been, working, my last year spent working, full time, employed as a paramedic, I love my job. I really enjoyed my career and I thrive under stress. And so, I feel like I had my own thing going on. I had a really nice Jeep Wrangler. I had a, an RV camper. That had 3 pull-out cots to it. It was really beautiful, and I manned my own ship. But things were deplorable on the outskirts because what I thought were just, happenstance, like there was a deterioration within the pipes of the house I was renting. And I was very proud of that house I was renting too, That was my first strikeout as being an independent woman, newly divorcee and all of that. Well, we weren't really divorced at the time, but we were just like, fuck you. We're so done. We're just so done. And then the divorce came into process. But I realize now that that was orchestrated, and I've been having these realizations, and looking over the pieces of my life, and I'd asked God some time ago, because I've always been very steadfast in my faith, and these fuckers are trying to destroy, my resolve in God, whatever. I'm just all like, wow, people would do that? Okay, I don't get that, but I'm really happy I don't get it. But I'll stare at it in fascination, maybe poke it with a stick or something. But whatever. And then so, man, one of the things I realized is that, so on my Facebook, I had posted that I had this, one of my vehicles, the windshield in the back was shattered, and it was vandalized. And so that was during the onset of COVID, rampant in our, when it was like helter-skelter out there, okay? And so I'd worked like 72 hours, and people are like, how do you do that? Well, first off, our employer lets us, and then he scaled down the field personnel, so, they're just, he could have staffed more people, he just didn't. And he didn't mind it. But seriously, sleep is one of my special powers. And depending on which station you were at, sure it was pretty dicey, but suffice enough to say, they were not give me hours. They were not camp out hours, okay? Well, you were running those hours, just trying to get your sleep in, or you were caring for people. For us, it was like running ventilation machines and such. And then so I'd gotten home one morning. I was busted tired. And when I pulled up to the house, to my home, I was renting, I saw the shattered glass. And I'm like, oh, motherfucker. God bless it. And so I went in and slept because I just got off a 72-hour shift. You people judge, I say you people, the gang stalkers, y'all judge me for the hovel that you guys railroaded me in. You guys have no idea who you're dealing with. You think you know me or something. I'm like, okay, go ahead, go on with your cacophony. I can look at you and know y'all are fucking wrong. And my ego is so been broken like 3 times easily and put back in the check by God himself. You can't embarrass me. I've already been broken. And then but I'm a very industrious person, and I'm very mentally of sound mind and hypervigilance and everything that you people said I'm not. But what I realized was whenever that day I got home and saw the shattered glass, I went inside and got some rest. And then when I got rested, I consulted one of my friends, and she had suggested to me, she's like, Little Flower, you got to report that. And you know what? That was the last thing I really wanted to deal with, was more homework on top of, I just wanted to come home, veg, and then go back to work. But then now I got to fucking deal with that and report it. I was like, okay, I did that. I reported it, and I'm so glad I did. Because that, to me, was the onset of me getting gang stalked really bad behind the scenes and me not figuring it out yet. That was gang stalking. And the context clues they left were really good. They kind of threw me off for a bit, but I see now where it came from. It was from fucking Tim. Whatever. And maybe a bit of a Don Renee Barber in there. I see your handiwork and all of that crazy making bullshit scenarios you left and everything in my fucking house. Y'all are fucking ruthless. And dead too. Dead. And then that was the onset. So if you go to my Facebook, you can see me document that. So what I realize now is that the house the people I was renting the house from was bought out by this company called First Key Homes. First Key Homes, right? But as far as what I can gather from the ethers is that First Key Homes had been given, worked in tandem with illegal surveilling of me, and somebody had made complaints in the court system about me and ended up implementing this illegal surveillance without my consult or permission. So the irony is, I did some mushrooms one night, and guess what? That was the first time I ever really got off on mushrooms, okay? So it was my first stint with the mushrooms. So when I got them, I was like, the whole world kind of went into place effortlessly so I can do this mushrooms, right? I prayed over them. I did, goddammit. I prayed over these mushrooms. I was going to use a spirit molecule for my benefit. And, oh man, it was amazing. But I will say this. When I woke up the next morning, I knew I was being watched. I motherfucking knew I was being watched, too. I knew it, without a shred of evidence. And so, ironically, fast forward, if I line up the time frames, I would say circa 2017, maybe 2016, 2017, 2018. Maybe when it started. So I don't know how long you guys were making me your fucking Truman Show, but I knew it, and I owe it all to the fucking spirit molecule. I swear to God. And so whatever. I just knew it. But First Key Homes had, I believe, actually, my hypothesis is that they just went outright bought the house from the people that were renting it to me so they can have control over doing their Truman Show cacophony over me. And then, what's so funny is that if somebody actually files a complaint on you in the courthouse, what is the accountability of telling the person these guys are talking shit on you? Because as it is, today is October 21st, 2023. Nobody has come to bridge any ambiguity for Little Flower. I'm still like motherfucking blacklisted. I'm still motherfucking being tormented by these hands-on organ traffickers and shit. You know, I'm surprised. I think they probably took the big case for themselves because I am the $1 billion pinata. And they're gonna make sure that, you know, the intimidation's gotta be done just right. So they're gonna make sure they do themselves and you know, and get personal with it. I'm like, okay, whatever. You guys do you. This is my life. I'm not exaggerating. I just find the humor in it because it's fucking psychotic as fuck. And if it doesn't drive you crazy with anger, hurt, and rage, this is what it does to you. You see the fucking humor. Then you learn to enjoy it. What else can you do? Shake your fist at it until it goes away. The truth is, there's only so much Haldol you can give me, and these gang stalkers will still be there. It's true. Very, very true. And then but the cool thing is being able to document. So, I have it documented with the onset of this gang stalking getting physical in my life. Physical. They destroyed the rear windshield of a Suburban. I love that. I love that Suburban. And then I get some sucker punches along the way and some threats in that general time frame. But my revelation here is I postulate that First Key Holmes was sequestered, you know, to run their fucking illegal surveillance on my life. And with full concordance, of course, with Tim Regali and his crusty crustaceous mother, you know, fucking, what's her name? Barbara Christine Lyles Regali. What's the matter with you? I'm your fucking ex-daughter-in-law. Don't you have something better to do with your life than think about me? I mean, really? Let me guess. When you found out I have this juicy motherfucking blood type, your panties probably just bursted a fucking leaky faucet there because, you know, I don't think you get much work done down there by other people because you're all crusty and shit. And loco in the cabeza, but whatever. It just makes me feel like violated in an incestuous kind of way, knowing that you had invested all this time in coming after me, using FEMA and Enforguard Citizen Corps, and these crazy lost miscreants actually support you in that? Really? That's a fucking psychotic crowd from hell would never want to have for my fucking neighbors. You guys bring down the fair market value in all of your community. I mean, who's gonna want to move in knowing there's miscreants running amok and unchecked and picking up public at large using the fucking the urban voodoo with your fucking death magic, which is actually really real, motherfucking real. I mean, these witches and warlocks have no integrity. They're running amok, unchecked, and then if you don't buy into them fucking magic, that's cool because they're out there raping, they're out there killing. I mean, it's a fucking Sodom and Gomorrah and Babylon out here, y'all. And it's been going on for about 25 years. 25 years, bitches. These are Nazi-ass trained bitches that don't have control of their own mind, let alone a sense of discernment. They don't even know the fucking ideology of their own motherfucking history. The food has to tell them. Hi, food. And hello, ops. How you doing? How's scrotum? Because it's going to have to be nicely intact with a bit of hyperplasia going on there at the integumentary aspect of it. Because when you get reamed by it, you know, all of your backdated karma that you have in escrow, you're going to wish you had a bit of padding down there. But okay, whatever. I was always glad to ask. How's your scrotum? Because it matters. Yeah, bitches. You guys have been very nasty to me, targeting me and the such. I mean, there we go. Oh my God. So, at any rate, we know you're there. It's okay. Because I'm untouchable, honey. I mean, because I do serve the light. There's an anointing in it, in all of this. Not just for me. But, since I kind of threw myself out here, there's an extra heap and dose of anointing there and protection, so whatever. But I know the difference between pyrite and gold. Have y'all figured it out yet? Because if your God that you serve is so amazing, how can you always have to offer up shit to it? Shouldn't he just provide it because he loves you? I know, man, he forsakes the fuck out of you. And you're the fucking fool that goes along with it. But when you serve the light, you'll never be forsaken. And everything that happens to you doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. You gotta choose it and everything's what I did. As it turns out, I'm motherfucking one of God's many secret weapons. Yeah, whatever. So there you have it. First Key Homes. That's my postulate right there. That First Key Homes was actually used to deploy their illegal surveilling of me. Whatever. I mean, you've probably got a lot of me running around, trying to fix my fucking, hair and shit because I have the trichotillomania. And did you have a good time exploiting it? Using that for the basis of your crux of me being mentally unstable? Well, you fucking fucked up hard. I've always known it was just a matter of tick-tock before, all of the truth can be held in objective mindset without the slant of all of the lemming fucking sheeple ass shit you guys do. But whatever. And then so that's First Key Homes. And it was just my revelation, all of that shit I was suffering through at the time. I was fucking Barbara and Tim. Oh my God. I didn't know you were such a skank, Tim. I mean, yeah. And I figured out you're a fucking skank of all the skanks. I was like, okay. Well, then I guess I'm done here. And I made sure that she hated me. And you fucking hate me to fucking hell. Which is perfect because I never had to go back and, feel sorry for you and love you like I do. And, have you fucking exploit me all the time. So, whatever. I just didn't know you were this psycho. So, I'm guessing, because, me and Tim used to joke that him being a traveling person for his line of work, he was really set up for being a serial killer if he really wanted to. And, because he was like, no, it's not that I want to, but I could if I wanted to. I'm like, I know, isn't that crazy? So let me guess, you really are a serial killer? After all? Because I thought you were, a chaste man. I did. I thought you were a chaste man. Turns out, not so much. Turns out you're a fucking skank. Oh. Well, no wonder you do want to be honest with the truth. Because you're a skank. So whatever. But we got more truth bombs to come up ahead of us. And then there's Hickory Hollow over there. How you doing, Marcy? Honey bunny? How you doing? How's your scrotum? I mean, because my karmic sister had joined forces with Barbara Regali in their hate campaign against me. I'm like, okay. You edged me out of my own in-laws. You can have them. You're more equally yoked to them than I'd ever been. Did they turn you into a satanic practicing whore too? I mean, you're all like Christian and shit. What happened to you, honey? I mean, that was just a talk, right? But walking the walk was a different kind of lecture and sermon for a different scripted narrative in a different group, right? Whatever. I've always known I'd be vindicated with the time. So I don't care. But, First Key Homes, man, I called them out to work the leaky faucet thing, and they're like, no, it's COVID. We're not going near you. Okay. Meanwhile, that thing got blown out of proportion. It turns out it was on purpose the entire time. The entire time. So these guys, Infracore, Citizen Guard, whatever, FEMA, gang stalkers, they've been running the shit in their game on me for a motherfucking long-ass time. Long-ass time. This is like, what, 2023? It's been on a solid probably ever since 2016. With the gathering of the intel and stuff, because I saw what was going on behind Tim's fucking head. It was you, Barbara. I should have known. In fact, I suspected it. I just didn't think you were really about that. But I guess you are, because you're a wanton psychotic whore. Let me guess. You do spell work on Tim to keep him attached to your little fucking apron strings like that. You fucked your whole family. What kind of mother are you? You should have been teaching them the ethics, but, how can you teach them ethics when you don't even know your own fucking back door from a hole in the fucking ground? So whatever. But that's who's responsible. I just didn't quite realize it until, I'm putting in all of the, filling the grid. But yes, First Key Homes. And who was the judge that signed off on that? Who said, okay, survey her. Let's see what she's really up to. And then, well, as it turned out, what they found out was when they stress me, an angel shows up to protect me. How about that? I suspected as much. I mean, honestly, I did. Because I've grown up knowing that my family is protected. Filipinos are generally very metaphysically aware and, aware. So I wasn't surprised. The only thing that I had issue with that is that they would probably stress me out all the time just to see the goddamn angel come over there and fucking protect me. And then what would I present? A fucking sideshow in the carnival? Online in the internet? A fucking dark web? And I guess this would have happened. But it's okay. I'm a medical professional. So you see me naked, who cares? So you see me relapse with the trichotillomania. Y'all are sick bastards to do that to anybody, quite frankly. And that's what I have to put up with. And imagine that. I survive everything with all that motherfucking shit on my plate to mention. And then I get a really nice, radiation poison smile out of the whole thing since I was 10. But this is going to be a new household knowledge kind of thing. With the 144,000 chosen ones, that's... if you're new to it, when you hear 144K, it's referencing the chosen ones, which really is a misnomer because many are chosen and few answered the call. We answered the call and then got our butts kicked. It's like going to spiritual boot camp your whole fucking life and getting railroaded 9 ways from Sunday just to train you for your moment of ultimate demise or ultimate betrayal. Is what happened to me. And maybe some of you participated in all of the community psychosis with all of the throwing of the feces and shit and all of the slandering and libel. Well, that was me. Y'all did it and y'all are still doing it. I'm still in the trenches, but whatever. But now, as I wrap up wrapping up this portion of my life, because I know God's going to come and get me soon. I just fucking know it. And when he does, he can fuck you all up so hard. Then you become the Truman Show, but whatever. I'm just digress right there and keep it there. So, Man, y'all fucking tried so hard to tear me down from the inside out. It was very stressful working COVID, you know, when it was all a mystery. Trying to be a leader, proactive in there. Taking the patients with care and altruism when some of the nurses were just like, oh my God, they're tested, I don't want to go in there. I'm like, okay. And I did it without judgment. Meanwhile, I'm being torn 9 ways from Sunday on a home front on purpose. By gang stalkers. By the Regali clan. But it's courtesy of FEMA. Of course. You know, they're fucking Nazis and shit, whatever. Meanwhile, they were doing it on purpose. I come home one day, and there was no fucking air conditioning when the whole thing was fine to begin with. Preempted right before the Suburban had gotten the back windshield all fucking fucked up. So, you know, I've done my best to document, and there's so much more I haven't, you know, disclosed. And it's like, where do you start? But as far as the telling my story, I start with my Suburban having been vandalized with the windshield broken. And it just burgeoned and blossomed from there. And, you know, that was like, what? Oh, the summer of 2020? And right now, at the time of this recording, it is October 21st, 2023. I have been horrifically gang-stalked the motherfucking entire time, bitches. Entire time. I mean, you fuckers, you know it. You're there. So, Barbara Regali, how the hell did... Okay, just... First off, this cunt is lovely cunt. Crusty cunt. Incestuous cunt. She should never have been invested in her fucking ex-daughter-in-law. What's up with that? It really bothers me, but I'm all like, whatever. But, man, I've just been on a solid go ever since then. It fascinates me that people support that woman in her fucking crazy making. Oh, I guess you would have gotten quite the accolade had you been able to knock off the $1 billion piñata. But, ironically, while I was still in Houston, sometime about, 2019, 2020, I went through spurts of acute lethargy. Like, I was like, my energy level was like so depleted, and I couldn't understand, because when my energy level would come down, you'd kind of get sick, right? It would never get to that point of being sick, but I was just really confused about it. So what I found out was, well, Dawn, Renee, Snake Barber, man, she was a friend that I got my children to call Aunt and everything. As it turned out, she's skank too. A liar. But whatever. But, she, backstabbed me pretty hard with Tim. I mean, they fucked each other, you know? But whatever, they couldn't be honest with it. So I abandoned them after that, because I'm like, skank and skank. Well, okay, have fun. I gotta go now. I told them. I knew it, but they were just like, no. Well, it's even grosser. So when I got my fucking RV camper, I allege Dawn had took Tim, they went through my fucking camper, and they're the first ones to fuck in it. I'm like, really? God damn it. I'll tell you how I figured that out another time, but whatever. I've taken on a lot of abuse from these fucking assholes, and I'm still being abused too, by the way. Because what I see in the ethers is that the Regalis stole my inheritance that somebody donated to me, you know, with the house. Here I am, you know, struggling and, you know, losing my storage and all of my personal possessions the whole time. And if there's a judge out there with the name on a docket that I'm attached to, you all stole. somebody's inheritance that you had no business stealing. What happens whenever the true anvil of justice comes gunning for you and yours? Do you think you'll enjoy being able to sustain everything you put all targeted individuals through? Because it doesn't matter if you think you can or can't, because you get a chance to. Hashtag true story. But, my question is that if you could have a court case with my name on the docket, and I'm over here on YouTube like, somebody help me out, okay? Come rescue me. Somebody. Judicial. You could have a whole court case with my name on the docket, and still nobody come tell Little Flower a goddamn thing. Nobody told me shit. Nobody continues to tell me shit. And I'm still out here in the blind. So everything I know, I got from the ethers, bitches. So whatever. But yeah, I just documenting and stuff, talking about my experiences being a targeted individual. I'm still in the trenches, but I expect to be rescued anytime now. But on a quick note, those karmics, they tried their shit on me last night. So I'll just summarize real quick. Yesterday, they prefaced the day with some guy antagonizing me by taking a picture of my car while I'm in it, and he says, I'm looking for so-and-so, are they there? And I'm all like, yes. Okay, whatever. And then I get a blaring, what is it? They send in 2 more people to try to penetrate my bubble. It didn't work. All right. So what happened that night was that 2 cars were parked adjacent next to me. And then the 2 cars have sounds like 2 gentlemen. They did their psychotic phony stage theater where they staged a fight. Right. And then the one guy is like, just leave. Just get out of here. Just leave. Just leave. And I'm all like, oh, you're doing your psychotic gaslighting street theater. So what they're trying to do is make it look like I have like some kind of affiliation with these 2 men that I don't even know by sight. But they keep sending the stage theater cacophony my way to make it look like whatever scripted narrative they're gunning for. And then they'll try to take advantage of my kindness. And if I talk to these people, they can get recordings, We're like, see? She knows these assholes. She's denying everything because she's a wanton prostitute fucking whore who deals drugs. What do you think the penalties are for propagating slander and gossip to an innocent? Well, we get a Truman Show out of you, so whatever. But yeah, that's what they tried last night. I should have done a video on it earlier in the day so I can categorize it, but maybe later. But yeah, I told you they were planning something. And so I'm like, I do not get out of my genie's pod for a goddamn thing. Somebody could just be like pretending they're getting bludgeoned and raped right there. I'll be like, it's none of my business. Because I'd know it's a goddamn motherfucking stage cacophony show. That's what they do. These people are brutal. Oh, and so by the way, okay, here's something just kind of like a little bit of common sense, maybe not so much because our focus isn't quite there. So with the on-rise of the gang stalking, especially status post-pandemic, you gotta understand something. That's not just an on-rise of gang stalkers. That's your on-rise of satanic practicing worshipers, bitches. Because, they're proliferating now. That's what your New World Order is about, is to make like a New World Coven. For reals. And I bring that up because, it's their sacrifice season. It must be Christmas for them. And, Halloween and everything. I would not, honestly, people, I wouldn't trust. This is a day and age where you really shouldn't be trick-or-treating. I was going to put it out there like that. I mean, unless, of course, business is the why some of these communities do it, which I think is really awesome. But again, when it comes to your candy and your children, there's a lot of jealous bitches out there that'll just hate you because, you know, your light irritates their demons. And if they can't find fucking dirt on you, they'll just keep throwing your fucking feces in their flying monkey goddamn circus hoedown, you know? It's true. But aside that, you have to make sure that they don't do any like spells and attachments to the motherfucking candy. That's why I'd be like, it's okay. I took my kids to the community one, and then we went home and prayed over the candy, and then inspected it because, you know, it's not really the fucking razors you gotta watch out for in the apples. It's the death magic they had sewn into the motherfucking dum-dums. You know, the little suckers. And that's a true story. So, but I tell you what. I appreciate everybody who has subscribed. And I appreciate everybody who comments. I'm still not reading the comments at this point. And for everybody who is like, you know, sucker punch me and fucking gut punch me in the goddamn comments, don't worry. You get your turn in your own suicide or survive camp, courtesy of, you know, your backdated escrow and your Auschwitz. So, okay. Because whenever God turns and flips all the tables, you'll be regretting everything you'd ever done. You will rue the day. I so swear to God, you're going to rue the day when my Abba comes and bust me up out of here. Until then, we thank you for hoeing out your IP address, because the Earth's going to want to know who the Satanists are so they can protect their fucking families from your incestuous pedophilia kind of ways. Because you guys have all the child molesting privileges in your goddamn cesspool that these assholes are trying so hard to protect. At any rate, my saga continues. Thank you very much for tuning in. And by the way, these lovelies, they jack with all the readings. It's never a fucking true reflection of shit. Just saying. So, don't be so happy that my viewings look like nobody ever watches them, because that's a fucking hoax. So whatever. Anyways, everybody, thank you very much for coming by. I love you all. Thank you for taking note of me. And I'm sure we motherfucking got this shit. Energetic prayers for everybody. Thank you. Good night.